up. But he isn't saying, hey, seems the story that I'm hearing. I'd love to meet you. And then he needs to do his diligence. And if he feels it's a waste of time, fine, let him go.
It's not worth it.
But if somebody said that to me and be like, oh, I looked, and it's happened before, people like, oh, I looked at, this thing about you.
Your LinkedIn.
Yeah. And it's like, I don't think that's my thing. Like, fine. If you're going to be that much, because in my LinkedIn, you can't see the fact that I have 20 plus tattoos. Like, you can't see that. And I lived in the corporate world for a long time. And
I can only count 6.
Yeah. Well, there's some that, we have to get a little more intimate,
stamp?
Phil. I do not. I really want one.
Oh, God.
Shut up!
But I really want one that's actually ironic because that would be funny.
What would that be?
I think I would get the word tramp stamp.
Wait a minute. I think somebody got...
Literally put it on my yeah.
On your lower
Wouldn't that be funny?
No.
No?
If I saw it, I would be like...
Yeah.
We did tattoos before. Have you seen the who is he? Not Matt Damon, the other one.
Oh, Ben Affleck?
Yeah, have you seen his back tattoo?
Oh, the back tattoo.
See, the back tattoo is a thing that I think that has to be... Oh, God. Phoenix.
The Phoenix.
It's horrible.
It's like a peacock,
really
actually.
So here's the thing. I find somebody whose work I like, and I say, here's some real estate on my skin. Here's how much money I have.
Yeah.
Go for it. Tuesday? Great. See you then. Sometimes my tattoos have meaning and have intent, but really, I like to think of one of my favorite tattoo artists who's done most of the work on my body is named Nakona. And that's disgusting. Ben Affleck. I mean, I get it, but like...
I don't get it.
The Phoenix. Get it, the Phoenix. Like,
I know, but
you're
like
from Phoenix.
What a fucking dork.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But anyway, so the point is, I met an artist who did the first kind of large format tattoo that I had, because the first time I got tattoos, it was totally on a whim. I didn't wake up that day thinking today was the day I'm going to be a tattoo, but I ended up getting 2 that day. And that's how it all started. And then I didn't get anything for 10 years. And then I got like 18 more within a relatively short period of time.
That's what I feel like I'm on. That's the path I'm on.
But he says, don't say how many tattoos you have, to say you have tattoos, like the word wardrobe. So it's really just an attitude or a thing you have. You are tattooed. It is something that has happened to you that, unless you hang out with the Phoenix and hang out with the young kids, you get free tattoos. But
I heard this. Yeah, that's
crazy.
happening over
Crazy
there.
Story. But anyway, I digress. The concept of body decoration, whether it's going to be you want to put piercings in. I had my lip pierced. I had 2 earrings pierced. I had long hair. I've had other things that were like body modification.
Okay.
Because I felt at the time that was like totally an expression thing that I wanted. And then the time passes, and those things are great because they come out of your body and they go away, and the holes, for the most part, heal back up. Tattoos are permanent. But I feel like, but impermanence, like I'm not going to be around forever. I'm going to be cremated. So like, who really cares? Actually, I can't decide between cremated or green burial, but
Wait, green burial?
Green burial.
Without the coffin.
Yeah, you just wrap in muslin, and you can have your family or friends choose to do that, and they bury you in the ground, give you a GPS chip, and then...
Am I embalmed?
No.
Chip.
Oh, I'm not embalmed.
Nope, you are
coffee
wrapped
grounds
in linen.
Or anything?
You are wrapped in linen.
Packed in coffee grounds?
And you're also vertical.
Oh.
And then a tree is planted above you.
Oh, I kind of like that.
Right?
Okay.
That seems like a lot of work for my family, though. Like,
what
I just
they don't
want
have
to
to
make it
dig a
easy
hole.
for them.
They have people who dig holes.
Well, the weird thing
I
is
see that, by
what
the way,
happens
too.
if the tree
I also
doesn't
used to
do
work at a
well?
graveyard.
Wait, what?
I used to work at a graveyard too.
Of course you did.
Well, I was wedding DJ.
Nice.
At the same time?
Yeah.
What do you do?
full
I'm
service.
a grave digger
Full
/
cycle.
wedding
Full
DJ.
cycle. Yeah. It was an awesome short period of time in my life where I did that for like
Green
4 months.
Green
Green
burial.
Burial.
Yeah,
Are
you can do it in
Googling
Marin. You can
that?
actually do it in what is that?
Marin.
In
You can't
Tennessee.
do that in a
Tennessee
typical place, though, right? I can't go buy
you
a
can't
plot.
do it in Sonoma County.
Right, I can't go
But you can do it in other counties in Northern California.
But what if you want to be buried in Sonoma County?
Then
green.
You have to for green burial.
Yeah.
If you own the land, you can do whatever you want. You just can't report it.
Right.
Same thing with ashes. You're not supposed to spread ashes, but that's like a people just do
Everybody
that. Right?
does it.
Yeah. There's ashes over my house. There's like a little memorial there, and I know that there's ashes in the object, but I think it's not. Yeah.
All right.
Wow. All right. Green burial.
Green burial.
I'm going to look
Yeah.
into that.
What if you're upside
That
down?
And
That would
You're going to the underworld,
That
or-
is the term. So I love how you connected this. So
Yeah.
you've heard the term hippie.
Right.
no,
There's an original
never.
guy who's named the hippie. The original hippie. He came up with the term hippie. He hang out in the Haight Street. If you go up the hill into Buena Vista Park, and there's a part of the park that faces those bigger houses that are right before you get to the Haight, and so that's where what's his name, Samuel L. Jackson used to have a house, and I think Bobby McFerrin had a house, and Neil Young had a house. Like they were all kind of right there in that strip.
Yeah.
Actually, I think Danny Glover, like they're all the beautiful, beautiful. And across from there is a big green field, and there's some grass that looks a little different. And in there is the original hippie. When he died, they buried him, but they buried him with his feet facing up. So the idea was like kind of an FU to the whole, or fuck you, since
Yeah.
Yes, since we're on a podcast
we can
and
do
we're
that.
not on the radio. Oh my gosh! Speaking of the radio, I'm pitching at their.
Will you
a
stop
radio
at the
show.
radio?
No, they're the local public access radio
KPCA.
station over here.
KPCA,
yeah,
which is
pitching a radio show.
103.1?
103.3 FM.
103.
Or streaming live at kpca.fm.
Guess who has a radio show?
What about on Instagram?
They do have Instagram as KPCA, but it's also both because it's television and radio. So it's both.
Nice.
Guess
Public-
what? Guess
public
who's
media.
got a show?
Facebook?
Dude, are you listening to me?
Yes.
Guess who has a show over there?
I'm trying to get all the plugs in first.
Yeah. I do. And so does, Barton.
Oh,
I'm gonna have one.
You should do it.
you
I am.
yelled at
I
me.
already. I know.
You hurt my
Dominic-
feelings.
Dominic
I
does.
heard your feelings. Dominic's got one. Yeah, we have 3 people in the
Dominic's
building.
is really good.
Origin
Dominic's
stories
amazing.
on
Tuesdays from 10 to noon.
Tuesdays from
yours?
10 to noon.
It's Mondays from noon to 1. It's called the Petalumans.
I want to
Yeah.
be on that. Can I be a guest?
Yeah. I'm on my little campaign.
I've actually
Cinda's
been waiting
gonna
for you
be
to
one.
ask me
Abercrombie's. I'm Heidi, who runs the costume shop. She's going to be on Monday.
Wait a minute. Tell me about the Petalumans.
So the Petalumans is a show that I do, hourly show Mondays at noon on KPCA 103.3 FM in Petaluma, or kpca.fm if you want to stream live. So it's the whole concept was I wanted to start doing interviews of people in Petaluma because I felt like I've lived in 30 some towns. Like this isn't a great place to be. And so I kind of just want to be, interview people that are important or interesting that contribute to the kind of character of this town. And I'm really, it's
Do
just
I
a self
contribute to
exploration.
the character?
Yeah, because I'm trying to figure out like why am I here?
God, how could you
Yeah.
not?
I could have been the only reason why I'm in Petaluma is because a friend of mine, which is great because she's sober, but at the time she was less than sober and she couldn't drive home, so I gave her a ride home to Petaluma. I'd never really been up here.
From
I'd kind
the
of
city?
been through it. No, it was from San Rafael. We worked together,
Mm-hmm.
and then she was like, "Well, I'm having a dinner party next weekend, so why don't you come up as a thank you for driving her home from a work event?" And I drove back up the next weekend. And I went to her dinner party and I was like, I really like this town. And then I came up again for a show at the Mystic and I was like, I really like this town. And so I moved like a month later.
Into
Came
a
up from
boathouse.
Fairfax. No, I moved originally onto Lakeville Highway in a kind of a boring apartment complex. And then I moved downtown into a loft. And then now I live in a converted fishing shack. But Heather always complains that I call it a converted fishing shack. It's a really nice house. It's just small. It's, roughly the size of this room. But yeah.
Oh, small's
That's
good.
okay.
Yeah.
Small house.
Yeah.
Tiny house.
Yeah.
or-
But
or
it's
whatever.
like from here to the front door is the water. So I can always just like launch my little kayak, not canoe.
Canoe. Speaking of Heather, I last night was re-listening to the episode that we did with her, the one that we actually published and not the one that was
Oh my
unpublished.
God, that
Which,
was-
by the way, you haven't sent me the link to. I'm scared to listen to it. But
Yeah, they're bad.
in any case, there was a whole section and
As
we were
in
talking
really good.
about.
They're bad. They're so bad. They're good.
I know.
They're so good. They're whatever.
Whatever. They're not publishable. I
Yeah,
don't think. I
that's what I
definitely
heard.
don't want my daughter to listen to it. Anyway, we were talking about the Butter and Eggs Day parade,
Mm-hmm.
and we decided that you are going to be in charge of the Keller Street Co-work Butter and Eggs Day float.
Okay. I'll do it.
Really?
So
That easy?
this year was
The
the
float?
first. Yeah, this year is the first year I was actually at Butter and Eggs. I'd always been traveling previous years.
Yeah.
I was like in Spain one year. I was like traveling for work. I did a road trip with my dad the year before that. So I was never available. And I'd heard like, oh my God, this is the one day you're going to be in Petaluma. This is the right day. I was a little underwhelmed. It was a little.
I was too. Well, this year kind of sucked. I mean, I don't like parades so, anyway, so
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, I do. And I think that I think it had a value at one point, but the concept of a parade, maybe a little bit antiquated. I think I like the
Agreed.
idea of having things of more. I like
Street parties?
street fairs.
Yeah,
shut down
we
the
should
streets.
do like First Fridays
And
here.
if you
I
go back
do
to
want to intervene and say that the kids love it.
sure, great.
Well, of
The
course,
kids will
because people
also
are throwing
love.
candy in their face.
Yeah.
Right.
So okay,
Have a street
bring it
party and
back-
throw candy in their face.
Bringing it back to Germany, I was at a parade in Germany during Fasching, which is also called like Oktoberfest, but on the north end, it's called Fasching, or some parts of Bavaria.
That sounded exactly the same.
So I was in this town. I was in high school, and I was in this town, and we went to Köln, which is Cologne, and we were going to go to the parade. And during the parade, it's also a German thing to throw candy. It's kind of they kind of taken that from an American thing, but it relates to American troops liberating Germany. They would throw out chocolate bars, like
All
whole
right.
chocolate
Yeah.
bars. That was a whole thing. Plug for chocolate bars. And
Hashtag chocolate bar.
if you meet people who are of a certain age who were children during World War II or during the liberation of the German territories in World War II by the Americans and by the British and the Russian forces, they will be obsessed with the idea that chocolate bars are not to eat but to save. And you shouldn't eat them when you get them. Like you should save them in case, I don't know,
Oh, right. In case you have to go underground and survive.
The Fourth Reich, whatever happens. So I was in this little alcove, and it comes around the corner. The parade comes around the corner, at a corner, perfect position to catch all the candy and chocolate you can. These chocolate bars come flying, but they come short of like the little barrier that's in front of us. And so I reach through the barrier to grab the chocolate bar, and this like cane comes out of nowhere and slaps my hand. And it's this old kind of like grandmother, Oma, who's just like screaming at me about, she's like, don't you dare take that. And she's like saying all these vile things about Americans.
How would she say that in German though?
Oh, whatever. She was just like screaming German in a Polish accent. So it was just,
totally
grandma stuff. Just like, don't you dare, respect your elders, blah, blah, blah. Use the formal verb.
But what did she want? Did
she wanted
want
the chocolate
herself?
She wanted the chocolate.
So she's just going to berate you and make you feel
totally
like all the reasons why you shouldn't have the chocolate, but she's going to take
the chocolate. It was a totally
chocolate.
practical, hypocritical. She just wanted the chocolate.
So yeah, that's
chocolate. And maybe, who
great.
knows, maybe she may be going home and just eating the chocolate, but probably not. She's saving it.
Right.
And my grandmother was that way. Like, she'd give you half a stick of gum.
Or peanut butter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, last week I went to the lake with my kids, and my daughter bought a pack of Hubba Bubba or Bubble Yum or whatever, those stupid, horrible squares.
Yeah.
Bubblicious.
Right? And she would shove a whole piece in her mouth, and I went to go, I'm like, I can only eat like half a piece. They're horrible.
And then you bite the inside of your mouth. And
I used to go like 4
I'm
pieces.
the worst gum chewer ever. I'm very well aware of this challenge for me. You don't want me chewing gum in front of you. For the first 5 minutes, it's okay in the sense that I can, like, I'm sucking all the juice out of it like the kids do, and it's fine. And then I get to be that really loud, annoying, like chomper. It's awful. Like, you cannot give me gum. And I don't do it on purpose. It just, I don't know. I just get that shit out of my mouth.
You're not a very good masticator.
Right. Whatever that is.
Mastication is the moving of the jaw.
I know what that is. It's going to go somewhere.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to bait you, but
back
it's
to
not really
Hinge.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Superman, should I call him?
Absolutely.
I have his
not
number.
right now.
I told you I have his number. No, not right now.
I mean,
so I'm curious. You've asked that 3 times. Nobody said anything other than yes.
Yes.
So what's your hesitation? Why?
Yeah, what is the hang up?
Well, he's going to go back to Michigan, and then, like, what's the point? Really, for me, so I will say,
that's
actually,
the point.
I just realized that
isn't the point
I don't
that you don't know
him.
what the
now
point
that I think
is?
about it, because what time is it? It's like 5. It's probably 5 o'clock. He's been texting me since 7 o'clock this morning. He hasn't even, whatever. I'm over it.
So
you know
I will say, if somebody has not expressed to you that
if
I'm interested in spending time with you,
to go out with me tonight, he should have asked me like 7 hours
So
ago.
this is the guy that said, I researched you and I'm not into it?
No.
Okay, this is somebody else. This is the second strike. The second at bat.
Yes.
Okay. And has
The
he
one
said,
that's-
let's meet up?
Nope.
Okay, to be honest, like, there's only so many,
This is the one that said he wants to have a long-term relationship and he wants to
Oh,
fall
this
in
is
love.
the diamonds.
Is it the jeweler?
The jeweler.
This is the jeweler.
Diamonds are forever.
Diamonds are.
So maybe there's something to it. Like, it's more of a branding thing.
By the way, fuck
Yeah.
jewelry. Don't buy any jewelry in Petaluma now.
Why? In Petaluma?
Yeah,
Why?
Or just general, maybe? I don't know.
I don't know.
In general.
I'm trying to hurt him. Get him what hurts.
Hurt the jeweler?
Yeah.
He's not in Petaluma.
Oh, okay. Buy all your jewelry. in Petaluma.
No, I think if they're not direct to it, and I think that this should be the answer of everything. It's like, hey, you seem great.
Yes.
Let's hang out. Do you want to just grab some coffee, a drink, whatever it is going to be, and then just go? And
But can't that be like, this is what I don't understand about, I really do hate the online dating thing.
Yeah.
Why don't they just get to that point? Like, fine, you have a text exchange for 10 minutes and you're like, okay, this person is at least interesting enough that I want to sit across from them and like have a conversation, even if it's just an hour coffee or whatever. Why does it have to go on the texting back and forth all day long or for 2 days? Or like, dude, you either want to go out or not. And that's totally fine. Like, maybe I don't want to go out with you either, but I don't want to text back and forth for days on end. It's like,
yeah, I think that's what you just say is like, look, this has been great. Texting back and forth. Do you want to meet up or not?
yeah.
And some men, I'm assuming you're dating men, I think some men will take that as, wow, she's assertive. She knows what she wants. That's either a yes or a no for me.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't get back to you, then you know your answer.
Yeah.
And be okay with that.
It's
maybe
also why I just
he's
hate
missing an
the
eye, or
online
he's got some physical disfigurement
Yeah. Who knows?
that he's very self-conscious of.
I don't think.
Would you
so.
date a one-eyed person? Just hypothetically, let's say this guy's got one eye. What would you do?
Is he wearing a patch?
Maybe not. Maybe it's
He'd have
patch
to be
off
wearing
when
a
it's
patch.
maybe it's patch off when it's go time.
I have a good story about that too.
Tell me yours. Of course you do.
My
Annie's
friend-
the only person
yeah.
who's got more stories than I have about every topic on
it's just because I told this story the other day.
Patch off.
My friend lost his virginity to a woman who had a glass eye, and she took